Hey guys and girls, what is going on? It is Zazzri today, bringing you Season 2, Episode number 2 of my Manchester City career mode. So last episode, if you missed it, if you click the top left, you'll go back and you'll see the transfers that I did. We've got some pretty big ones in there, but yeah, we've got the first games now, no more transfers left to do. And key things off against Liverpool here, Jovetic just goes an early goal there. This clip I just wanted to kind of show because I feel this was a definite penalty, like look at it. The reason Aguero goes down is because he comes across him and is pushing him. On the actual clip itself, he was pressing the B button. Obviously, it was against the computer, so they weren't. But that's the kind of feeling it was. So I was just really confused as to how it wasn't a penalty. Anyway, we did win that 1-0 away from home, which is awesome. Moving on, we got a game against Spurs here. We're at home at the Etihad, I believe, and Sergio Aguero does get us off in the 53rd minute. I'm slowly, it's Season 2 now, slowly realising how to score on this game consistently. In Season 1 I sometimes struggle with that, yeah, it is at home. But now I am really learning how to do it, how to use people's pace, how to use their strength, how to use their, I don't know what, their ball control, their good dribbling, like how to actually play to those strengths. Whereas in, FIFA 13 it took me maybe a week. This, maybe took me two and a half weeks just because it's quite a different game. But yeah, Aguero does make it 2-0. As you can see here, those through balls are just kind of killer when you've got a bit of a pacey forward. Jovetic is such a good passer of the ball, and those kind of through balls are just easy for him to do. And Aguero's just got that brilliant pace to run onto it. By the way, though, the thing I like is that Aguero's pace and Jovetic's great like ball control and that kind of thing. It doesn't actually always get you a goal every single time. Against different teams, it just won't work at all. Some teams it'll really work. Aguero, I think, yeah, getting a hat-trick there, that was a fantastic goal. I was like, wow, take a bow, son, that was actually really good. And that got him his hat-trick. That was a fantastic little goal. But yeah, that's what I kind of like about this game, that, the same things always were. Like FIFA 13, it was just all you needed was pace. Look at that, that was a lovely, lovely volley. Whereas this game, it's like sometimes you need a bit of strength, sometimes you need a bit of height. Anyway, 3-0 at home against Spurs is a fantastic result. Hat-trick from Aguero, he's clearly on form, and that gave me a bit of confidence going into this Champions League group stage match against Inter, obviously at home again. Go off in the right way, Subotic from the corner does score in the 30th minute. Subotic is like 6'4", I think, so he's an absolute monster in the air. Like, when they kick it, he's there to header it. He always beats the attackers. There might be a 6'2" attacker, but Subotic is always bigger than them, so it really does help out. Diego Costa winning the ball, that kind of, keeping trying, and even though they've got the ball, putting them under pressure, it eventually paid off. We won the ball in a really good position. That's what I found as well this year, that if you put, this isn't with people, this is just if you're playing against the computer or on crowd, that if you keep putting them under lots of pressure and keep pressing and closing down all the balls, that kind of thing, you will eventually win the ball. Like, that's what I've done recently, and it's really helped me. Like, you don't always get it in a place where you're like, oh, I'm going to score from this, but you get it in a place where it's like, this is actually a really advantageous position. You can actually do some damage here. Kevin De Bruyne there with a fantastic goal. That was absolutely brilliant. That made it 3-0. So yeah, Diego Costa, Subotic and Kevin De Bruyne scoring the 3 goals for us. A really, really good result into a great team, and it gives a much needed 3 points in the Champions League, which is something I was looking forward to, competing in, because I wanted to do a bit better this year. Anyway, moving on, I think we're back to the league with this game, I think. Anyway, we're against Fulham, and David Silva gets us off in the right way. He's actually surprisingly good. Like, some games, to be fair, he's not there. He doesn't play that great for me, but like quite often I find he's consistently very, very good, which is like what I like to see. A 1-0 win away from home against Fulham is a very good result. They're often a tough team to break down, and yeah, another 3 points in the Premier League. I'm not going to complain with that. Chelsea now our biggest rivals. This is a league game, I think, and they're like always. Last season they were really up there, and this season they're like battling first, second with me. Negredo, who's someone we sold to them last year for 20 million, does get the first goal for them, which is really disappointing. And unfortunately, we do concede again. Ramirez in the 35th minute. That makes it 2-0. I was just a bit shocked because I would say that they were playing better football, but they weren't like dominating or anything. Like maybe 1-0, possibly, probably 0-0, but then just playing a bit better football. But I thought it would open up in the second half, but I just kind of wasn't playing great defensively, and it really did cost me. That was the final score. We didn't get any chances really at all. They are really tough to play against, I found. They've improved their team, and it's very, very tough. But yeah, 2-0 win at home to Chelsea is really disappointing. I was really not happy with that at all. Moving on, we've got a game against Celtic here in the Champions League. We are away from home, I think, and the only goal that was scored was this one, and it was Celtic. It was with a header. This was before headers got patched as well, so they were a bit more overpowered than they are now. 1-0, so we do lose out on the 3 points. I think that actually makes everyone in the group stage of mine on 3 points. I looked at the table and everyone was on 3 points because everyone's won one and everyone's lost one, which is kind of cool. Anyway, moving on to the final game here, I think it is. It's against Crystal Palace in the league, so I was really looking for 3 points. We've had 2 losses in a row, sorry, and I was just looking for some 3 points. Michael Royce gets us off in the right fashion here. His pace and his dribbling is just second to none, and then his finesse shots are so good. That made it 1-0 in the 12th minute. And here, look at that, that was just no contact whatsoever, pretty much. We do concede a penalty. I kind of felt it was unfair, to be honest. I don't see why it was a penalty. And they do actually score it, so I was a bit annoyed at that. But it was just that I didn't even feel it was a penalty. Like, if they scored the penalty, whatever, they scored it. But the fact that I didn't think it was one was a bit unfair. Anyway, that made it 1-1, but we weren't done there. Jovetic does get us a goal. That was a lovely little goal in the 75th minute from him. It was like his shots are kind of weird. If you don't finesse shot, his shots are really weird. Like, the animation of it is kind of strange. You'll see that when you play the game with Jovetic, that when he shoots, generally he doesn't look like he's shooting. It's kind of hard to explain. But yeah, that made it 2-1, and that was the final score. We won 2-1, got 3 points away from home at Crystal Palace in the league. Great 3 points. And yeah, ended the episode on positive. If you enjoyed, please give it a like rating. And if you missed season 2 episode 1, sorry, go check that out. That's got all the transfers in. So yeah, guys, I'll see you later, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.